Hey, it's Andy Brooks, and I have today for a review set 4483. Sorry about that. This came out in 2003, was Lego's first AT-AT, or AT-AT, some people say. I think AT-AT is how George wanted us to say it, and which stands for all-terrain transport. I don't know how much terrain that it could cover. It's pretty limited to flat surfaces, so yeah, I think a little bit off there, but was a few years ago, back in the 80s, sci-fi. It has 1,068 bricks. Sorry, not 100. 1,068 bricks. 4 minifigs, as you can see. And yeah, this is my second AT-AT, but my first time I'd ever built one. So I have the 2010 one as well, but I've never built it. So it was very interesting putting this together, as it's quite fragile and more of a display model than something a kid could have played with, you know. The age is 14 plus actually, so I've just looked at that on the box, so it's up there. So they didn't intend, you know, I suppose they more intend a 14-year-old to, you know, more of a displayer than a player, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, very bits fall off it all, you know. Bits, these pieces here, which are just held on by a few bits, and these side panels tend to get a little bit loose. But I'll show you how they're built, and we'll go from there. Let's do the minifigs. I'll just do one of these guys because there's two of them, but they're identical. So we have, from what I believe, possibly the first time they, hang on, let me do a zoom. First time they did the Snow Trooper. Hang on, let me see if I can get better. I'm obviously shaking because the square's going crazy, so sorry about this, guys. So first time they done this chap, the gun's just made of those two pieces, the megaphone and a bright orange, I think that stud is. I attempt to bring them in, but so just black head under there. The eyes are illuminated by the head to make them black. No back printing. This is only in this set like this because they changed the colours after this. So this light grey colour changed in his hip piece. So he only came out looking like that in this one set. Next we have the driver of the AT-AT. Now they just gave him a Stormtrooper's helmet with a reprint and in white. Bit of back printing for this chap, and excuse me, just getting my breath there. There's that printing. The helmet hindered a little bit of it, a little bit of printing before the hip, but yeah, the greys, once again, the light grey and the dark grey of the hip and the dark grey of the arms changed within the next year. They went to some moderner colours because these were the colours that they'd been doing since forever. So, yeah, interesting with the trooper helmet. And lastly, but by certainly not least, we have the hero Luke. Came in a couple of sets like this. I'll show you his lightsaber and then I'll remove it. It's really nicely done, chromed piece, as they used to. First edition of X-Wing pilot, very, very plain, but classically beautiful, and just adorable. And a little bit of a better look at that Luke's face. So yeah, there's that. Now Luke can be hung from underneath, as it comes with this rope piece. Which is studded at each end, and you just clip them into one end on the top of his hand, and then just to a stud anywhere, I guess. Can't really remember where they had him hanging on the instructions, but yeah, and you can manipulate them to, you know, get a better position. So not by removing him from it, but this is the time factors when you're doing a review, trying to get it right. But yeah, you can get it close. It looks alright. And yeah, you can see a bit of the leg from there. The printing on the two discs. I'm actually going to remove the camera and freehand it because it's so big I can't get it in. So here we go. Everything's falling off my shelf. So our cockpit printed piece there. A little bit of tan tile shows through in the front. Very easily the cockpit lifts up. Sorry, had a shot there. Inside there's a tile. Here's the build of this cockpit, and you can just see how flimsy it is. They just hook into those, and they're sitting on a hinge bit back here. So you just let it lie there and tilt it in, and yeah, nice. Probably one of my favourite for guns on the side, even though it is made out of a big wrench piece. Which is just a 1x2 modified bar piece, you know, the one. My 2010 model has spades there instead, and yeah, it's pretty lame. So here's our legs. All four are identikit. Just try and get a bit of a look in the inside of it. It actually needs that bar there to stabilise the foot, and we get full range of motion with the leg, so fully, you know, poseable. You can move it forward or back at both joints, which I think they all do, that they've made 4, 5 I think they've made of these so far to date, from 2003 to now. I'm just going to put this back down, hopefully. I'm sorry I don't know how to edit yet, but I will learn. I have been trying, but yeah, no good with the splice. I should have taken note of the time. So in here we have on both sides, it's the same. You get this armchair looking seat where your trooper seats. Interesting brick, that one there. I've only seen that one other time, that piece, and it's just the aeroplane tail what they give you to hold on to, which works quite well. And we'll put a drooper in there just for the sake of that's where he goes. Now why can't I get him? Yeah, there he goes. He's only held on by the back part of the leg, not the front holes. So he's quite just comes out so easily because he's only been held on. You can't see down the hole, but by a couple of little bits of the stud. In the back there is a speeder, which you can see behind the seats. But yeah, it's like that. They have improved these to whereas the whole lot folded up. After 2014 they worked out that this was a hopeless system. However, it only came on a couple. One of them, there was 3 actually, one of them was motorised though, so I'm guessing that it didn't have any of that opening stuff. In the back here, so make sure we're still on camera. This opens up. This comes up. This comes down a little bit to there, and here's our snow speeder. which was pretty standard fare. I think this had been the second time they'd done a speeder, and gosh, dust gets on them quick, eh? And second time they'd done a speeder. The first ones were the troopers in the forest, scout troopers, and that just sits on tiles, a couple of tiles that run. Should really show you guys. It's too dark. There. Just those tiles there, and that one 2x2 tile up there that rests on those. So yeah, and lots of colours, but most of it's not seen, which is a good thing. And yeah, so we'll put a trooper on the bike. I won't put his hands on because it'll take me forever, and I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can, so unless they magically snap in there like that, I won't do it, but they have. So he looks quite good blasting along on there. He doesn't seat, but he looks alright standing up. Across the snow. Not that we saw these in the movie, even with the latest renditions that George did to them. I'm sure of it. You do see other snow vehicle apart from, I'm not sure if you can put him in there. No, you can't put him in there on his speeder, so he's got to come off. But yes, very nice. I'm so glad that white looks so white still, if that makes any sense. Very lucky to get this. I got this second hand, and only through a chap that I'd brought some other Lego off, and he said, hey, you're not interested in 4483, are you? And he gave it to me at such a cheap cost. So the other side is identical. The neck piece looks like it's come out, and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was. It's this head is so delicate. This, the head cockpit piece, whatever you call it. But you can actually pick him up from the bottom right there, and he is very, very stable. It's a couple of Technic bricks all pinned through here, and then we've got structural building on top of it. So there's those ugly wing bits in there that are held on by a couple of 1x2s and a hinge piece. But yeah, you can hold them quite well. And the other side is the same stuff, the seat. So yeah, did I show you the? So that's how the head's built, and just it's on that pin there, and that's what causes it to just look backwards and forwards. It doesn't go up and down, just side to side. Our poor pilot, AT-AT pilot and AT-AT driver, sorry, and stormtroopers getting stood on. If you're wondering what those crunching noises were. So yeah, there we go. Hang on, let me just move this. Oh, what I was going to do. Oh, it always does that on that one hinge. Lifts up. So it pays to hold the hinges. Like I say, they have fixed that where the whole plate, all of this lifts up and is hinged here in a real, you know, it comes open so easily. And I've just seen filthy finger marks. There we go. But yeah, I love this in this old colour, and I think it works well. And there's our other side there with our snow trooper inbound. Luke coming up the cord to end its life. So thanks to Luke, this AT-AT will be going down. So I hope you like that one, and give us a like, comment and subscribe. I need to learn to do this editing so that I thought that I'd like to have full runs of, you know, start to finish, you know, no mucking about, and just film it. Don't need to edit it, but you just, you know, you need to, and so I'm going to be looking into that. So I will be trying to bring the time down on my videos. Well, shall we have a look at the box before I go? Hang on. This is just put it back here, up against the wall. It's a big box. Nice. Trying to not get any light shining on it. Nice bit of art there. The speeder shooting off down here. Luke doing his thing. Where have they got it? It looks like they hung it inside somehow. But yeah. Whoosh with the lightsaber. And Snow Trooper trying to get fit. Or keep fit. Back of the box. There's a couple of pictures. Boys talking about it. How good it was or how bad it was. A couple of scenes surrounding Hoth in Empire Strikes Back, from where this vehicle was first seen. And just advertising of this set. You can buy half one, or you can buy a whole one. No, I'm joking. The trooper whooshing out of the back of the AT-AT, and yeah, there's our boys on the seat inside. So pilot all snug in there. They've made it look a little bit tidier than those hinges, those spinny, those 2x2, what do you call them? They just go around and around and around. I wouldn't know what you call it. Yeah, they could be a little bit tired, and that might be why it's but they aren't the tightest of a brick at the best of times, brand new. So yeah, maybe I should replace them and see. So it just drops out. Yeah, anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you like that one. Comment, like and subscribe, and yeah. tune in next time. I'm not sure what's coming next, so yeah, sorry. So yeah, comment, like and subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Keep loving Lego. And yeah, world peace. Andy out.